It's the Hawks, and they're doing business on the road in an interconference NBA game. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Here in Houston, it's another home game for the Rockets. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Hayward out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then it's Brook Lopez. Well, a word you'll hear in the NBA these days is gravity. Property of great shooters to draw defenders out and space the floor. A few players with more gravitational pull, I guess you could say, than Kyle Korver.
Yeah, he commands a lot of defensive attention, actually superstar level attention.
And here's Schroeder. Kemba Walker getting his three to go. Down low. Here's Harden. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
To the inside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
There's a screen by Motiejunas. And Walker kicks to Motiejunas. It's Harden with the drive. Lopez with the block. Hayward passes to Schroeder. The Hawks working the ball around. Motiejunas with the steal. Howard kicks to Motiejunas. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Motiejunas has got his first bucket in this one.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Here's Hayward. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Harden kicks to Walker. Back to Harden. Howard with a screen on Korver. Rejected by Millsap. Oh, and here comes Korver all alone. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Walker goes in. Here's Harden. And he slams it one-handed.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Ariza kicks to Harden. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. They get it back. Houston in the lead. And it's Walker penetrating. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's the break. Hardaway for 3. Count that one. Hardaway has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons. Clark, he was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, you know, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a three-man or small forward, but what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
Kicks to Beverly. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Beverly's got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Out to Hardaway. That three off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake.
And getting back to Mike Scott, his three-point percentage and attempts have increased each year he's been in the league. With a high, quick release, he's capable of making tough shots with a hand in his face in a way other players simply can't. And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Hardaway for three. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
You know, guys, we were talking about Scott's shooting from downtown, but he can also score from mid-range, pick and pop off the dribble. When he's able to square his shoulders, he's deadly. I mean, he's a versatile big guy with a nice shooting touch.
It's tipped. Launches it. And Kent Bazemore with the three. Bazemore's got 5 now.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Here's Horford. And that one is stuffed right through. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the charts.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the evening. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And Walker gets to Motiejunas. Ariza with the bucket.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Schroeder kicks to Hayward. Korver dishes to Schroeder. Knocked loose. Stolen by Walker. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And so here is Houston after the basket by Atlanta. Here's Howard. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Lopez with the steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Harden with the drive. Ariza passes to Motiejunas. Walker in the corner. Harden. Second chance shot. Ariza has the open look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And the dunk by Lopez.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
And it's Walker penetrating. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Houston on top. They're up by 4. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
On the court right now for the Hawks, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Hayward. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle.
Guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Here's Beverly after the basket by Atlanta. The dish to Gaudala. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And yes, sir, that one drops. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Here's Hayward. Banked in off the glass. Hayward's got his second basket of the game.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Now a timeout called by Houston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Horford with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
The Hawks leading by 3. To the inside. Scott kicks it to Bazemore. Sinks the triple. Bazemore's got 10 points in the game.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
And the jam by Harden.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession. Last season, we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though.
That athletic.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points. not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Teague dishes to Horford.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Ariza with the bucket.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And the Rockets making a change here. Jones is checked in. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
The feed now to Walker. The tray. Rebound by the Hawks. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Millsap has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
Oh, wow. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets to space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Howard drives in. The kick out to Walker. Back to Jones. Ariza outside. Cans it from downtown. Ariza's got 14. The Houston Rockets are built around the three-point shot. Make no mistake about it, they set a record for a single season in team-made threes. They have so many guys that can hoist it up and hit.
Yeah, and they all have the green light to do so. Last year, you talked about leading the NBA in percentage of shots from beyond the arc, and it wasn't even close.
The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Korver. Can't get it to go. Good D by Ariza. And he lobs it up. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Hayward outside. It's stolen by Ariza.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
And Hayward gets it to go.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Dishes it to Harden. Howard setting the pick for Harden. There's the pass to Howard. A shot by Ariza. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got 5 assists in the game. Schroeder kicks to Lopez. Excellent D from Howard.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Rockets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Rockets lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Harden doing it all. He's got 21 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
They've got Beasley. Andrew Gaudlock is out there with Patrick Beverly. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Capella in the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line. And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
The Hawks shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Beverly, the pass to Capella. Here's Beasley. Soft touch off the glass. Beasley's got his 2nd basket.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a 2nd win.
And the 2nd player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. They set the pick. Outside Hardaway. The three-pointer, no good. Houston leading by 5. Here's Gaudlock. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Gaudlock's got 6 here in this quarter.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple years ago. Arrow seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
Hayward kicks it over to Schroeder. Korver dishes to Lopez. Clock at 6. Can't hit. Great D that time from Howard. Rockets have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime.
And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stick.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Here's Schroeder. Stolen by Walker. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
There's a screen by Modi Yunus. Millsap with the steal.
He's lost his concentration in the second half, and we can see that in the turnovers piling up. Before the break, he had just one. Now he's got a bunch. That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
It's Howard with the drive.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Here's Millsap. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick, was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
And it's Walker penetrating. Here's Moni Yunus.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last strip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of us.
How about that, guys? A big-time answer. He says, you think you can score on me? Prepare for posterization.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Walker against Felton. Walker goes in. Here's Harden. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy. You know, and Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
Bazemore passes to Hardaway. Scott with the ball. He's picked up by Walker.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Here's Harden. And the shot is good. Harden's got 24.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
The kick out to Scott. Baseline jumper. Hardaway, no good. Rockets leading by 3. Ariza, no luck.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Hardaway, no good. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
That's his second.
What do you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden third overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreek Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Moniunas. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Kemba Walker. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his third basket of the night.
And, you know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract. But it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny. And, guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination. But that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. You would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Goudelock's check in for James Harden. Millsap kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's Korver. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their roles superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the Player of the Week last year in an unprecedented move.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverley, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
You know, talking about Beverley, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverley's toughness on defense particularly.
Down low. Here's Capella. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverley, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor. And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Here's Scott. Oh, a monumental buzzer beat. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Houston on top, leading by 6. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. They've got Kent Bazemore. Teague out there with Hardaway. Then there's Horford. And it's Scott in at the 4 slot. And it's Walker penetrating. Howard dishes to Beverly. And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. 4 on the clock. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Rockets.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
That's good.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Walker the pass to Howard. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
And finished off by Horford.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Monty Eunice is checked in for Houston.
Substitution for Donatas Motiejunas.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Ahead, here's Ariza. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
And thank you for that, Doris.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took 3s or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting 3s.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The kick out to Lopez. Outside Millsap. Stolen by Walker. And it's Houston on the break. Harden with it. Now defended by Korver. And Walker kicks to Harden. Howard drives in. Harden, no good.
And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
It's stolen by Korver. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Paul Millsap.
Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possible. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And with the game literally hanging in the balance, a play like that is an igniter. That's where momentum can become a game changer.
Hayward hits them both. And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Millsap with the steal. Hayward goes in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Knocked loose. Schroeder kicks to Hayward. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And it's the Rockets on the break. Beasley with a clean look. Cans it from downtown. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Here's Korver. Tries again. The shot is off. And Houston the other way now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark. No doubt about it.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
To stop the run. And Lopez throws it down.
Look at his man just go flying by him after the shot fake.
Well, it might be humiliating for a defender, but it feels oh so good on the flip side.
Yeah, get him in the paratroopers club and then take advantage of it.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're in front by 6. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. .149 left in the fourth quarter. Shots good by Walker.
2 points.
Spectacular. I mean, lights out shooting here down the stretch. All of a sudden now they're in a position to win the game.
They've gotten hot at the best possible moment, putting on one heck of a run here now.
Lopez with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Hayward can't hit. Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Here's Korver. Kemba Walker with the rebound. Walker's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots. And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Houston.
Steve, I agree. You know, I think the attitude was very impressive. And Clark, you had talked about this before the game. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put a tremendous performance in terms of effort and intensity, and they deserve to win this one.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Sometimes, guys, it's hard during the first meeting of a season to get a feel for a team, but these guys came out and made the necessary adjustments, and I think they've got to feel good about going up 1-0 in the season series against the Hawks.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Trevor Ariza. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
And the Hawks making a change here. Al Horford is checked in for Lopez. Ken Bazemore comes in for Gordon Hayward. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. Ariza kicks to Walker. Houston moving the ball around.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Harden hits them both.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Here's Teague. Out left to the wing. Bazemore dishes to Millsap. Lets it go from deep. Bazemore misses.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Here's Horford. Can't connect. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?